going on YouTube? I made a past video about wrestling being fake and how people, put down wrestling fans. This is a similar video. It's just gonna be a little different. Now, what I'm gonna talk about here is, people like they think, they call us wrestling fans all these different names, talk about how they're sweaty men and all that stuff. That gets me mad. I know it makes everybody, all wrestling fans on YouTube here, get mad. But what they fail to realize is one thing. It's, they make money. They make tons of money and everything, as you can see back here. I got figures, posters from magazines, DVD magazines. I got DVDs, ticket sales. Ticket sales, T-shirts. I'm wearing a WrestleMania. This is the old school. These are soft from WWE Shop. I paid $30. I got it for Christmas. I got 30 of them, I think. They were $29.95 without shipping and stuff. So when you do that, then you got the T-shirts at the live events, and online they're $25. Stuff like belts. I forgot about belts. Replica belts, guys. They're $200, $300 plus, and they're very collectible when you get them signed. Like I got a spinner over here signed by Chris Jericho and JTG, and a local wrestler from my town. That Chris Jericho and JTG. That belt's, I bought it for $250. I got free shipping on it, and now I could sell it for a lot more, $400 or $500 if I wanted to. But when Chris Jericho retires, it's gonna be a lot more. The Intercontinental going to be signed here in about 2 weeks to Jeff Hardy with the Jeff Hardy nameplate. So right there, as the Jeff Hardy nameplate's going to have his autograph, so that's going to go up. And DVDs, you got the rare ones like WrestleMania 17, WrestleMania 18, 15. DVDs like those. The Raw Homecoming, the rarest DVD of all, the Raw Homecoming, and was that Judgment Day 02 and Vengeance 02. Those rare DVDs. They're worth a lot of money because they didn't make very many of, or they did, but they're, Judgment Day is when they switched over from WWF to WWE that night. So that's rare. And people fail to realize that they watch shows like those drama shows, like movies, for instance. Movies aren't real; they're fake because they're used actors. Pro wrestlers are sports entertainers actually. Wrestling is a sport. People fail to realize that. Wrestling is a sport. They do moves. They train. You gotta train. You gotta learn to do the moves right. Because if you don't, you can fuck yourself up like Triple H did. He did. The Spine Buster. He fucked his knee up in New Year's Revolution. He stepped wrong. And people do get injured. Was it Bob Holly got his arm fucked up? Tulsa, Oklahoma. I had a buddy. I don't know if you remember this one, ECW edition. It was RVD and Hardcore Holly in the ECW Extreme Rules match. RVD suplexed Bob Holly outside of the table. He missed it and had a big slice in his back. I got a buddy that was there live. I've seen that I watched it on TV. I don't know how you can fake that kind of stuff. And then you got, tables and ladders and chairs. Matches like that back in the day. People get hurt. They wouldn't come out, I could walk up the next day. They would be sore and stuff. Stuff like that. People just assume, well, I could be a wrestler. Well, first of all, you gotta go to wrestling school. You gotta pay money for that. Then you gotta start wrestling somewhere where they're probably independent. Then you gotta work your way up. If you want to go to TNA, you go down to OVW, since that's their developmental territory right now. And you work your way up, and then if you get lucky, you get on the roster. If you want to go to WWE, you go to FCW, and they're doing that full FCW, and then where they're taping the NXT. That's where they're. I guess they're trying to move that stuff there too. I guess, but you go down to Florida, and you wrestle your ass off, you work your ass off, and if you get lucky, you'll get up on the main roster. Like they did with the Nexus. Most of the guys from the Nexus were FCW guys. They worked their way up, and they had one hell of an impact on WWE. They had the Nexus was a big storyline, everybody knows. But basically the point I'm saying is people invest money, especially like when they go to the live events, they're PG now, and so all the family can go. I mean, the family will enjoy it. They could have, you know, uh, first first level seats in the 100 section or whatever. No, uh, $40 a piece, 45, something like that, or less, depending on if it's a house show or what arena you go to. Arena's price varies. But anyways, you could have the whole family going. But back in the day, you had the Attitude Era. They had blood and cursing. Didn't really want little kids to go, but they would go. But like I said, I go to the events. Since they've been PG since I guess after the June 30th, 2008, they were TV 14. So the events I've been to eight events after that, I guess, something like that, rough estimate. Those have been PG, and it's pretty. I could complain saying they should be PG, and that's another thing. People saying that PG they should be back in the Attitude Era, which I don't think they should. Well, I do, but on the other hand, they have they don't want the blood and the cursing and all that sort of stuff. The half nudity stuff. It's better for business, because I can understand how people want TV 14 back, but right now you can make the most money out of it. Have more people going, little kids. Another thing, people say their favorite wrestler is John Cena because it's the only one they know. It's fine with them. I like John Cena. I know people really hate John Cena. They think he's only for little kids, which he's not. I have several John Cena shirts. I've seen them just about every event. Actually, I think I have seen them every event I've gone to, just about. Unless he got injured I think I have seen him. Yeah, I think I have seen him every time I go. He's not for little kids. I like him, so screw off, everybody haters. It's a money-making deal. I mean, I started the first event I've gone to. I did not know about, taking signs or anything. I was new. That's my wrestling virginity, I guess you'd say. I had the camera in the car. I didn't take it in because I didn't know the policy. I didn't know the policy real good. But the next event I went to was first one was June 30th, 2008. The next one I went to September 22nd, 2009, SmackDown. And I took signs, and I knew what to do. You learn stuff, when you learn the rare figures, you learn the rare DVDs and stuff. It's a learning process. But people assume that that they watch football and basketball and think, well, this is better than wrestling. When in fact, I think wrestling does more better. They'll have events at stadiums, like WrestleMania, and WrestleMania will do better than the Super Bowl or whatever event was there, like WrestleMania 23 held have more people there than the Super Bowl was there in February. WrestleMania was there in April. So it's facts, people. 93,000 people, WrestleMania 3 record for right now. I don't see any basketball or football sports, doing that many people with floor seats. Wrestling's been popular around. Whether you watch it now, I can guarantee you, back in the day, back in the day in the Attitude Era, everybody was everybody. It was cool to watch wrestling back in the Attitude Era because the next day at school you would you would go and what do you call it? You would go the next day at school and you would talk about Raw the next night. Every week on Raw, you couldn't miss it because something good was going to happen. Whether it's a DX era, the DX promo, or some match like that. I mean, everybody is everybody. Watch it. It'd be cool. But yeah, that's kind of my little rant here. I haven't did a rant video in a while, and I was thinking of some good ones to do because I did a Punk and Cena one, so I just thought maybe somewhat of another wrestling is fake video. Leave your comments below if you've been kind of sort of harassed about being a wrestling fan. I get comments on my videos all the time saying wrestling is fake and all that different stuff. It depends if I don't really argue with them unless I really want to, but I'll delete them or something. But leave your comments below if you agree, if you disagree, if you used to watch wrestling back in the day. That's pretty cool. I've met people online that used to watch it back in the day. Actually, when I was working for a month before I started my senior year of high school, I had a buddy. I guess he was my boss. He did watch wrestling back in the day because one day I had the Hardy Boy shirt from 08 with the green logo and had like Jeff doing this, Matt Hardy doing the V1 sign. I wore it one day and it's like, yeah, when we started, talking about it, was pretty neat. Anyways, before I drag this video on any longer, bore everybody, just comment below, tell me what you think, if you agree and all that stuff, and appreciate everybody watching my videos, checking out my channel. It really means a lot, and I'll see everybody next time.